perfect behavior, and that's important too, especially when you're starting out. And when you're starting out, shaping your dog and developing your dog, it's just important to really understand that it takes time. I have so many people, because of the progression that we've made some sessions, I call them breakthrough sessions. I'm sure I know other dog people out there can relate to those breakthrough sessions. But the breakthrough sessions are really awesome, and then the owner gets really excited, and you have this new dog, and that's great when you're applying consequence and correction, like the subject we're talking about. You start really breaking through to the dog, and things are making sense, and then you go from can my dog be fixed to, okay, let's go off leash. And that's probably the last thing I want to mention in this segment is it takes time. Just like anything else that develops, the way that humans develop, it takes time, and that's something that's important. We spend the majority of our life, probably a quarter of our life, going through education. Most of us, kindergarten through masters in school. I mean, you're in school for a long, long time. And each year we do something different. Each month we learn something new, and we're constantly progressing. And so for us to spend 7 days, and if you're training at a facility, you're probably spending an hour at a time, and you're doing what, an hour? So let's say you spend 2 weeks training, which is a lot for some people out there. And so let's take 14 hours, or let's say 17 hours out of your dog's life, which isn't even a day, and then expect the dog to be what? What do you want that dog to be in those hours? You have to be realistic about the investment you've made in your dog, and it's not about money, it's about time. And time is more valuable than money when it comes to dogs. If you have the time and you have the knowledge and the true understanding and the true drive it takes to understand your dog, learning from somebody else, the information you receive from a professional or a dog trainer or a behavioralist will be invaluable each session, because if you're soaking that in properly and you're learning and you're there the entire time mentally, you're taking that home and you're progressing each time. And so be realistic about your training. And I see that a lot. Once I implement some sort of consequence to a dog, whether I take away their food or I take away their ball, or we use a slip lead or something like that, the dog shapes immediately, and we go from, hey, my dog isn't fixable, or is it, to, hey, can my dog be off leash now, right? And so we have to be realistic, and that's the last thing, I swear. That's the last thing I'm plugging into this consequence video. We make a lot of people happy really quick with adding good leadership, good calm energy, and make sure you're being realistic with your expectations and audit your time that you've spent with your dog and your professional trainer or videos. If you're not putting in the work, then it'll show, just like anything. If you're going to school halfway, if you're trying halfway, if you're trying anything halfway, you're always going to get a halfway outcome. And it's the same thing with our dogs.